Believe in the Shield. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another fine edition of Ring Rants. With me, I have special guests.
Mark.
And
Jessica.
And what's my name again? Oh, yeah, I think it's Alex.
I think
so, yeah.
Too.
Anyways.
We'll go with that.
We want to discuss this upcoming Extreme Rules pay-per-view event, WWE. What's the first match?
First match is our pre-show match, El Torito versus Hornswoggle in a WLC match.
Not offensive at all.
Nope. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised in the PG era. A little surprised in the PG era they're actually getting away with this. How about you?
It doesn't surprise me. They're building up these two for a while, having a little bit of a rivalry. So it's just kind of natural that these two will fight, and it's a humor match.
Yeah, it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be funny. What do you think they'll be reaching for?
I have no idea.
You're reaching for a pot of gold.
That would be hilarious.
There you go.
Or,
yeah.
Or a red blanket. I don't know.
How long has El Torino been wrestling?
Well,
he's fairly new, isn't he?
He knew because he came in with Los Matadores, but I think he's had some experience outside of WWE, so he might have been wrestling for a while.
Oh, okay.
Clearly. So they're both pretty good wrestlers, from what I understand. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So who do you think's going to win this match?
I'm gonna give the edge to Hornswoggle for this one. I think they're building him to be kind of like a heel persona with 3MB, so the most logical thing would be to have him win. So,
how about you, Jess? Who do you think's going to win?
I don't know. It's going to be a close one. It's whoever's tallest. We'll go with that. No, I don't know. I think Hornswoggle is a stronger pick just because, as Mark said, they've been building for a while to be something greater. So, we'll see.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go with El Torino just because 3MB always loses.
although Heath Slater did win, I think it was SmackDown, if I remember clearly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. But for the most part.
Yeah, they do lose.
But that's interesting to see Hornswoggle as a heel. I mean, I think that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, he was a heel under Finlay when Finlay first came out in WWE. He was the little leprechaun on the ring, so that was his heel time. But after that, he became just a likable little guy. So
Little guy.
Yeah, I know. Poor choice of words, but
anyways,
yeah. We got after that we have Rob Van Dam versus Cesaro versus Jack Swagger. So former Real Americans versus Mr. Monday Night.
But Jack Swagger and Cesaro, obviously, they had a falling out.
Oh yeah, big time.
So, and there's no title on the line for this match,
no,
right?
None of them hold any sort of championship. They just all of them are linked to Paul Heyman or Zeb Coulter in some sort of way. The match was kind of building for a little bit, especially after WrestleMania when Cesaro linked with Paul Heyman and left Zeb Coulter kind of standing. So my pick for this match is actually going to surprise both of you because both of you know I like Cesaro and I like Rob Van Dam. I'm going to go Jack Swagger.
Really?
Here's the thing. Cesaro's pretty much established. He had his WrestleMania moment. He's with Paul Heyman. He's got a good foundation behind him. RVD is RVD. This guy, you can't do anything wrong with him. And if you have him win or lose, the match is great no matter what. Swagger, on the other hand, he's kind of getting the raw end of the deal for the past couple weeks. I think you're going to see Swagger come out on top and establish him as a more legitimate heel going down the line.
That's possible. I think, how does RVD fit into this match? Because it's kind of random. I mean, he just came back recently.
Yeah.
I guess both Cesaro and RVD are associated with Heyman now.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess, a little bit. That's how he fits.
It's just the last couple of Raws where Cesaro interfered with RVD's match against Wade Barrett in the Intercontinental title tournament. So that's how they kind of thrown him into the mix. But it's been something that's been kind of building for a couple of weeks between Cesaro and Swagger, and then just by default, RVD got involved.
And I like RVD, but I don't think he's going to win just because I don't think he's going to be there long term, is he?
From my understanding, he has a 6-6 contract, which he works 6 months, and he gets 6
okay.
months.
So 6 months, that's a decent amount of time to like develop some storyline with him, I guess. But I don't know. I don't see him winning. But I'm kind of leaning towards Cesaro winning, to be honest, because that guy deserves a push. But at the same time, if he doesn't win, it may not necessarily be a bad thing either, because the WWE probably would want to take their time with giving him a push in a face turn. I could see him possibly turning face sometime this year.
Yeah, if they can get past Paul Heyman rubbing it into the fans' face about Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker's undefeated streak. If you link any wrestler with Paul Heyman, they're automatically a heel.
That's true.
It doesn't matter who you are.
But
so.
I could see him break apart from Paul Heyman. I mean, he did with
sometime
Coulter.
down the line. Sometime down the line. What are you thinking? Who takes the triple threat?
Again, I think the way that creative team is building things up, they could just as well shock us with anything at any time. But having
no cookies.
no cookies.
I like cookies.
The cookie's gonna win the match.
Cookie.
Was this a professional?
No.
No.
You're good.
Cookies are totally professional.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a wrestler named Cookie?
Yeah, the manager in TNA.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore ripoff.
Very proud. I don't know.
What are you thinking?
I think the way that Cesaro has been over with the crowd, he's got a strong push behind him. He's doing good. He's doing great things. I think they'll continue on.
And one last point. Recently, Paul Heyman's guy has been winning. Look at Lesnar. That's the biggest win of this in the history of the WWE, in my opinion, or one of the biggest wins.
Shocking.
So
Definitely.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Next up, R-Truth and Xavier Woods versus the Bulgarian Brute, Alexander Rusev.
What's up? What's up?
What's up is they're about to get squashed big time by Alexander Rusev.
The truth will set him free.
Yeah.
That's me squashing him.
That's kind of a random match, in my opinion. 1 versus 2. You don't see that very often.
It's done to put this guy over. And honestly, he bores the crap out of me. But Rusev, yeah. I don't really care for the gimmick. It does nothing for me. But, again, they're going to give it to Rusev, in my opinion.
What's that? Go ahead, sorry.
Just to keep building that he's this big, scary kind of gimmick. You know,
I think
he's
they
a force
have
to be
enough of
reckoned with.
those. That's just the point I'd like to make. They have enough big, scary, strong.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
pretty much. Just in different forms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the woman's name that's with him?
Lana.
I think she's actually pretty good on the mic. I mean, I know she doesn't talk much, but
Introduces him.
when she introduces him, I think she's pretty good.
Yeah. No.
Even though I don't understand the first line she says
Yeah.
because it's in Russian. But
She'll be a good manager. You know, it's a good fit. They're taken from the Rocky movie with the Russian and the blonde manager, scientist chick he had. I can't remember the name. It's been a while since I've seen that Rocky
Movie
but-
fail.
Shh.
Movie fail.
You tell me her name then. Oh, what now?
It's
You
Lana.
got married.
It's Lana. You got there.
well, anyways, I mean, and also another thing, Rusev so far, yeah, he's big and powerful. Okay, but he's kind of boring to me, and the only thing that's interesting about him is, in my opinion, is the fact that he's the only wrestler that goes in the ring without shoes. I mean, what if he gets stepped on? That's gotta hurt like hell.
I mean, it's not something you see a lot. Umaga did it. Superfly, Jimmy Snuka.
I guess it happens a little bit,
Chris
but
Hemsworth
yeah.
do it?
I
I don't remember him having
don't
shoes.
remember if Big Daddy V. No, he had boots. Visser always had boots. Or shiny silk.
I mean, imagine if he was against a Big Show or something and you stepped on him. I mean, that would be a weakness. What? those wrestlers should like expose that weakness and try to step on his feet.
Yeah.
There goes your toes.
There you
No
go.
more kicking.
Xavier Woods and R-Truth, he just gave you how you beat him.
Yeah.
There you go.
So who do you got winning?
Rusev.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I think most likely Rusev wins. I mean, it makes sense.
What about you? Rusev too?
I'm always one to root for the underdog, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
R-Truth and Woods?
Yeah, I'd love to see them.
Truth
pull
and
it out.
Consequences?
Is that their tag team name?
No, that was their name back in when R-Truth was in TNA, and Xavier Woods, his name was Consequences.
Oh, okay,
So,
cool.
Truth and Consequences.
That'd be funny if there was like a catchphrase with him saying, "The truth is in the woods." I don't know.
Whoa,
Okay.
It's in the trees. The Slender Man.
There you go.
All right, bad joke.
All right. We got
Speaking of bad.
Oh, yeah. We got,
Oh, wait. Bad News
Just
Barrett?
kidding.
We can
We're-
go to that one
Okay, Bad News Barrett versus Big E.
for the Intercontinental title. What are you thinking?
I think it's going to be bad news for Big E.
Oh, yeah. I agree. It's bad. It's bad news time, dude. Come on.
He's been getting a lot of momentum these past few weeks. The crowd's getting really behind him. Even though he's a heel, he really engages the crowd well.
Yeah, they just love the whole bad news thing. Like,
That's a great gimmick, in
It
my
started
opinion.
off on the JBL and Cole show as kind of just like a joke thing, but now it's really
It's
kind of
sticking
gone
with
over.
them.
Yeah,
I think it would be great to have Barrett win. Plus, Big E, I like him, but he's never on the mic or anything for whatever reason.
I
And
think
he
he'd
doesn't-
be great though if they gave him a chance.
Yeah, he doesn't really engage the crowd. I mean, it may not necessarily be his fault, like Jess said, because sometimes it's really not up to the wrestlers if they talk on the mic or not.
right.
But you never really see Big E talk that much. Every once in a while he might talk a little bit, but
Right.
still, you never really see him talking to Mike,
His strong point.
promoting
is,
himself. And
His
stuff
strong
like that.
points in the ring, not so
Yeah.
much his mic skills. Although the few times he has been on the mic, it wasn't that bad. So they just figured he's the Intercontinental Champion. Let's just show how good he is wrestling wise. So, but yeah, like you said, it's gonna be bad news for Big E. Big E's had his title run for quite a while now. So I think just the natural progression of things, Bad News Barrett's taking this title. At least I hope so. Big Bad News fan. So.
How about you, Jess? Who do you think?
Oh, excuse me.
Uh-oh. She's dying.
It's okay. Well, hopefully she's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad
for Bad
news?
News Barrett.
Bad news? Too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the barrage is coming back,
Ah, the Barrett Barrage.
and the British invasion, and all that. Yeah, it's
Bad
happening.
news too?
I'd say so, yeah.
Alright.
I think it's a sweep.
Unanimously. Yeah, I can't talk. Unanimously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to Paige and
Tamina Snuka. Wow. This one is the easiest to pick, in my opinion. It's Paige.
you think it's going to be a quick match?
With how over she's been lately since she debuted on Raw.
Yeah, and I don't think it'll be quick necessarily. I think it'll be quick in the sense they need to fill in some time between whatever big match they have and then their next big match. They'll probably be thrown between Daniel Bryan and Kane and then the Evolution and the Shield match, so you have that little filter in the middle. But I think it'll be a good match. I mean,
I think so.
They're both very good wrestlers, and they've been building Paige up since she won the title against AJ. They've been giving her kind of like the low end female wrestlers, just the ones that they're established but not really too established with the crowd, where they can kind of show off Paige's skills. So, but this is a perfect matchup for her, I think. And I think Paige is walking out.
I think Paige has potential to be a really good wrestler, and I have nothing against her having the title, but I don't like the way she won it because, I mean, really, the second you debut in the WWE and you win it like in 2 seconds.
See, she has a big following
Really?
behind her in NXT, and she's very well known between the kind of internet swabby fans that know of younger talent. And you could hear her with the crowd when she came out. She was really over. Like, they were excited to see her. So this is why they gave it to her, because there was no one else but AJ Lee that could really connect with the crowd.